In this video, I want to give you an update about what's happening with USCIS with respect to a few things. First of all, what's happening with delayed receipt notices? What's happening with expiring checks? When you file your case, it's sitting there for months. If the check is going to expire, what's going to happen with your case? These are some new things that are happening. And finally, how is the public charge rule being taken right now with USCIS after Biden's executive order? There's a lot of confusion there. I'm going to break it down in this video, so make sure you stick to the end. Welcome to our immigration channel. This is a place where you get the most up-to-date immigration news, immigration updates, and everything else that you need to make your immigration journey stress-free. If you're here for the first time, make sure you click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos, and also give us that big like so YouTube is going to be able to show this video to more people just like you. Let's talk about USCIS. I've given you a lot of updates about State Department and consulates, but things are happening at USCIS and those things are quite annoying. Previous videos I've given quite a few updates about USCIS receipt delays. And as you remember, it started a few months ago. Right now, it's getting pretty bad. From our own experience, from our own cases, right now we have cases that have been waiting for receipts for over 11 weeks. 11 weeks, guys, that's crazy. And imagine when you file an application for a work permit or an adjustment of status or a DACA application or anything like that. You file that application and then you hear nothing from the government for 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, now 11 weeks. Some of our clients are stuck. You can apply for a work permit. You can apply for a driving license. Some employers are giving hard time for these employees. So these receipt delays are creating a lot of hardship, and USCIS is trying to catch up, of course, short-staffed, the pandemic issues, but these are real things that they know about it. So one thing that I mentioned before is that whenever you file your cases, make sure you file it with a check, with a personal check, so the moment they cash your check, they usually will cash your check maybe a week or even 2 weeks before they will issue a receipt. You'll be able to see at the back of your check, you'll be able to see a number, your case number actually going to be at the back of the check. So that's a good tip for you to know that you'll be able to do that, and this way you'll know if your case is receipted beforehand, so you don't have to wait for another 2 weeks to get your receipt. But they're definitely working on it, but it's a real thing and it's happening, so don't worry, and really make sure that you file the case correctly, the correct address, the correct USCIS logbox, and this way definitely will help you avoid more delays. Some of the checks have a notation on them, not valid after 90 days, specifically if they're issued by an employer or if it's a corporate check. Those checks were returned to us. We had 2 cases that were returned to us because USCIS said that we didn't have the correct fees, and we think that was because of the checks. So right now, the American Immigration Lawyers Association is looking for guidance from USCIS as to what's going to happen when cases are sitting there for 2 months or more, and by the time they're ready to adjudicate them, there may be an issue with the check. There wasn't going to be an issue if they were not sitting on those cases for months. So once again, once I have more guidance on that, I'll be able to let you know. But again, if you are able to use a check that doesn't have that notation, or like a money order or something that the check will be good for at least 6 months, then that's another precaution to avoid getting the case returned or any other delays in addition to the timeline that is already taking forever to get case receipts. We really hope that as the Biden administration getting new people inside USCIS, we have a new director. We hope that adjudications are going to become more smooth, and the timeline and the time wait to getting those receipts is going to be definitely reduced. But because what's happening right now is really frustrating. There should be no reason in the world why an applicant should be waiting more than 8 weeks to get a receipt. Now, so if you guys have been impacted by this, if you're waiting for your receipts, let me know in the comments below for how long have you been waiting, how long have you been waiting for your case to get your receipt notice or to get any answer from USCIS. I would like to know. Please drop this in the comments below. So let's talk about public charge. I'm getting a lot of emails and text messages from people that are confused. Do we have the public charge? Is it active? What happened after Biden's executive order? Let's talk about that. Under Biden's second executive order, one of the things that we're going to do is review agency policies, specifically review the citizenship process and the public charge rule in particular. In fact, under the executive order, by April 3rd, 2021, the government must review all policies and procedures with respect to the public charge and make a decision whether it's going to stay or go. But what is really important to know for you, and that's something that I'm getting a lot of questions about, is that this executive order did not stop the public charge. It only said they're going to be reviewing procedures to make sure that it's fair or not fair and find a different way to go forward. But that's not going to happen before April 3rd. As of now, the public charge is still on, and when you file your adjustment of status applications, you have to file Form I-944 with every single case that you file. That has not changed. If there's going to be any changes in litigation before that, obviously things will change. But as of now, nothing has changed. But remember, the public charge rule does not apply when overseas with embassies and consulates. That's still the same. So you don't have to worry about when you apply for your immigrant visa overseas. You don't have to worry about the public charge rule applications at that point. So in conclusion, public charge is still on for the moment, either until there's going to be any litigation, or we're going to see some notification from the government after April 3rd, 2021, when they're going to finish their review process. So hopefully this information was helpful. We talked about receipt notices delays, pretty severe, and hopefully that's going to change very soon. We talked about expiring checks and what to do with it. And also we talked the current status of the public charge rule. If this information was helpful, let me know in the comments below. Once again, if you're here for the first time, don't forget to click the notification bell and subscribe to this channel, and also give us the big like so that YouTube will be able to continue to share this video with more people just like you. Thanks for watching, and if you want a consultation with me, make sure you text the number here below. I will see you at our next video.